What's good, YouTube? Swiftly here, back with another NBA 2K video. In today's video, we are going to be starting off our rare build series in NBA 2K26. And as you guys already have heard from Mike Wing and 2K, that there are over 3,000 different unique build names. So this year we got, our hands full. Of course, as always, I'm going to be giving you guys, the template to making these rare builds. So if you can, go ahead and drop a like on the video, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because I plan to upload tons and tons of content this year. So with that being said, enough yap, let's get into our build. Our first build is actually going to be called a two-way Bulldozing Putback Pro. Now, as always, you guys can tweak certain things on a build. If there's certain things that you can't tweak, I'll let you know, but obviously you can make this build at different positions. You could play around with the height, the weight, and the wingspan, but this is just what I went with to get this template. I went PG, I went 6'6", I went 230 on the weight, and then I also went 7 foot on the wingspan. And then for the attributes, we went with a 70 on the close shot. We got an 80 on the drive and layup. And I'll explain the different attributes and what they're for and everything like that later. Drive and dunk, we went 85 on that. And then for the standing dunk, we went 45 on the standing dunk. Post control is only at 44 because that's what we had. Midi is a 73. And then your 3 ball is going to max out at an 83. Free throw, we went up to a 78. Now with the free throw, you guys know me, I already said this for like the last 4 or 5 years that I've been making these type of videos. I personally only play rec and pro-am, 5v5, proving ground, and stuff like that. I very rarely go to the theater in the park. It's just not what I play anymore. But if you are the opposite of me and you only really like to play park, you like to play threes, you like to play twos, theater, whatever, where you're not going to really be shooting free throws, you can obviously bring this free throw down and throw whatever extra points you have left over somewhere else on your build. But personally, I recommend that you throw, a 75 or a 70 free throw on your build, because you never know when they're going to put double rep in like, rec or pro-am or proving ground. And now you got to go into proving ground with a build with like a 55 free throw, and you're selling games because, you got a 90 drive and dunk or a 90 layup, you're getting fouled, but you got a 50-something free throw and can't knock down free throws and whatnot. I know in park there is no free throws and you guys just get the ball back, but in those modes, you're going to cost your team by not being able to hit your free throws. So that's just something to consider, as always, with these type of builds. But moving on to our playmaking, we're going to have 71 on the pass act. We got a 70 on the ball handle, and then we have a 75 with the speed with ball. Defense, which is going to be my favorite part on this build, even though I know defense is kind of in a weird spot right now in this game. We have a 70 on interior defense. We have a 95 on the perimeter defense. We have an 85 on the steal. And then for the block, we do have a 74 on the block. And then for the rebounding, this build does have some rebounding on it. Went 80 on the O board, and then we went 65 on the D board, which you can tweak if you feel like you want to, make some changes somewhere on the build. You can always make some changes and give yourself that 80 D board instead of the O board. It comes down to just preference, For the physicals, I went 85 on the speed and agility, just so that we have a nice amount of speed and agility on the build. For strength, I went with an 83 on the strength, and then the vertical, we capped out at a 74. So there you go. This is what the build looks like, and you see our potential. Now, I'm going to explain really briefly why I went through with what the things that I went through. Obviously, 80 layup with that strength gets a silver physical finisher. And then we also have bronze layup mixmaster, silver float game. Now, keep in mind, with cap breakers, you're going to be able to, I know like at first glance this build looks like but it's a well-rounded build. With cap breakers, you're going to be able to do a lot. For starters, cap breakers, if you throw it on your perimeter defense, you're looking at Hall of Fame on-ball menace and Hall of Fame pick dodger, putting that perimeter up to like a 97. With cap breakers on strength, you're looking at gold immovable enforcer, Cap breakers on your ball handle, you're looking at a gold strong handle, as well as handles for days, ankle assassin, and then cap breakers on your driving dunk and your vertical, which is why I went with the vertical and the driving dunk that I went with just to balance it out. You're looking at silver posterizer and gold pogo stick. And then also this build will get pro and elite alley-oop dunk packages. Let me look at the dunks. All right. So coming down here, you'll get pro alley-oop contact dunks. You get pro and elite alley-oop dunk packages, and you'll also get pro contact dunks as well too. You get pro contact dunks off one, uh, and then you'll also be able to get pro contact dunks off two as well too. Now keep in mind that this is all without, this is strictly based off of attributes. We haven't even touched max plus ones or max plus twos yet. For example, with the shooting specialization, at a minimum, you're looking at Hall of Fame set shot with silver Deadeye, limitless, and shifty shooter with the max plus ones for that. Or, if you reverse it, you go max plus one on set shot and then max plus twos on Deadeye and Limitless, or Limitless and Shifty Shooter. You're looking at gold badges there and then gold set shot to just be well-rounded. But either way, it just comes down to preference and what you want to do with the build, depending on if you want to go with Hall of Fame set shot and silver badges, or if you want to go with just mostly gold badges. But either way, again, is up to you. Which you decide to use your cap breakers and your max plus ones and max plus twos on. And then obviously you see the shades of, you see Jalen Suggs, Gilbert Arenas, Baron Davis, and then of course our archetype, which is the two-way Bulldozing Putback Pro. Go-to badges, you see Hall of Fame Challenger, off-ball pass, and gold interceptor. Top attributes: perimeter defense, driving dunk, and steal. And then the strengths and weaknesses: refuses to get beat defensively, high-flying dunker, elite at reading passes, elite top-end speed. And then the weaknesses: handles, freeze when heat is on, and ability to pass hurts team play, but obviously 71 pass accuracy, you'll be able to cap breaker that and put that up some. So there you have it. This is the two-way Bulldozing Putback Pro build for NBA 2K26. And as always, please be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe for more NBA 2K26 content. I'm out, y'all. Catch you in the next video.